I am out in the woods today. It is absolutely beautiful, 40 degrees, which means the sap is flowing. So I am out here going to check lines and chasing some leaks, trying to find where all the leaks are in the lines. So the first thing that we do to make it a little easy on ourselves, sorry, I can smell a skunk. There was a skunk here somewhere and it's probably still running around. But anyways, first thing that we do is come to one of our pump houses. And here it is. So I'm going to look at the vacuum gauge here. And then you can see all of our lines. So I am going to shut off the valves and listen to each one, so that will give me an idea of which one I need to walk. All right, that one sounded good. Now listen really carefully, because this is the only one that I could hear any noise from. Did you hear it? So this is the line we're going to start walking. So we're going to come on the outside here. This is the second line first. Let's close this door. So it's our second blue line, the light blue line that goes up, and we're just going to follow that. It follows the wet dry line. So you can see our line, and you can see, I believe, hopefully, you can see some of the air bubbles that are moving through. And this line has a leak somewhere, as you can see, because they're moving very quickly through. And you want that to be very slow. So that's actually one of the reasons we loop our lines up, so that way we can tell if there's a leak in them or not. So I'm going to go through and walk down this line. So right here, what I'm doing is replacing the saddle, because that was leaking pretty bad. And my dad is calling me right now. One moment. So right now what I'm doing is, this saddle was not on tight, and there's actually some like silicone in there, so I'm just going to replace the saddle completely. And my dad just called me, just got off the phone with him, and so he is going to be shutting the vacuum off because we have some problems with the dry line. So he's going to work on that while I change the saddle out, and then I'm going to stand here and wait until he turns it back on, so that way I can find leaks more easily, and that way I can actually see the lines that the sap is flowing through and the lines that have problems. So the first thing that I did when putting on the saddle is I put on the rubber seal first. So you put on the rubber seal and then you put on the actual saddle, which is what I did. And then I used zip ties to go around it and clamp it nice and tight to seal off any leaks that there might be. And that should take care of our problem. So I have 2 wire ties here, 2 wire ties here, and then I'm going to do 2 wire ties on the bottom here just to hold it tight, make sure it's nice and clamped. And that was a pretty good leak, so sealed it off nice there. And there we have it, all set. You can see the sap is moving real slow there, so it's a good sign. So this line that I'm looking at right now, right above me, is empty, which is not a good sign, so we're gonna walk it. We are down here at the sugar shanty tonight, boiling maple syrup. Warren, you can see in the background, is running around. He is the main man that boils. Dad is actually out hauling sap right now, and I just got in from the woods, so I decided to swing by so we can bottle some maple syrup. And that's what we're doing tonight. So this is actually not our first time boiling here. I was going to record our first time boiling, but it was a little chaotic because, as you can imagine, with a new building, just lots of things can go wrong, and there's a lot of things that are unplanned that happen. So didn't get that on film, but we are here tonight and everything is running smoothly. So right here, what we're looking at is our evaporator, and the steam is all that excess water that's boiling off of the syrup in order to make maple syrup. Oh, I literally just said that things were going smoothly and the breaker kicked off, so we lost power in the front half of the building. There we go. You guys, I spoke too soon. I said things were going smoothly. And now they're not. Napping on the job. Working hard or hardly working?
Working hard. Someone's got to keep an eye on this. Full-time job.
I was gonna change it.
I don't want you to work too hard.
What are you adding?
Filtering powder helps filter the syrup.
And what is it? Diatomaceous earth.
Which is basically just ground up silica rock. Came out of the ground and they just grind it up into a powder.
walk us through what you're doing, or what you just did. This is what I have to deal with, and this is why Lauren and Dad are never on camera, because I ask them something or to explain what they're doing, and they just walk away and ignore me.
Why do I need to explain what I gotta do?
So this right here is our evaporator, and so it comes off the evaporator into these tubs where it is mixed with diatomaceous earth. Right here is the diatomaceous earth. So it's mixed in all together, and then it gets fed to our filter press, and this is where everything is removed. So any particles or anything that may be in this syrup, this is where it gets removed. Want me to shut it off? Being filled, and then this hose right here is for overflow, and as soon as it starts going into this hose and into this barrel, that's when we switch it to the next barrel.